one of the things that I really wanted to talk about in marketing was overspending and budgeting. And I feel like, a lot of people talk about the post-COVID economy, how badly supply chains have been hurt, how bad mom and pops and local businesses and local restaurants have gone out of business and are no longer there, how Amazon and Walmart and the big box chain stores were allowed to stay open and everybody else had to shut down. And this affected people who were in manufacturing. Like, I can't tell you how many people who had small businesses, had drop shipping businesses, had rebranding, relabeling businesses, and they were basically told that the manufacturing plant that made their stuff was allowed to stay open. However, to discourage them from being able to be a small chain that was open, their orders weren't being fulfilled because there was only priority to fulfill your Walmarts, your Targets, your the big grocery chains, and not to fill the small guys. So I understand all of that is going on. I feel like we're not there yet. Like, we can talk about that. We can talk about where people are and how to work around that. But here's the truth. I want to say over 50% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, that can't live 3 months with not a paycheck. They have no savings. They don't own anything. They're paying a rent instead of a mortgage. 40-some% of properties that were bought last year were bought by investment firms, by your BlackRocks, by your Vanguards. Not people buying homes so that they can not, have to pay rent anymore, so they can have equity, so they can have a place to live. No. People are happy to rent from BlackRock. And here's the thing: when you're renting, I pay cash for my house, so I don't have this, but the average home, okay, so let's say my mortgage would have been $800 a month. Well, if I'm renting, it's going to be $1,000 a month, because the people who are renting it to me want to make sure that their mortgage is paid, but they also want to make sure that they're charging enough over so that if I, burn something down, if there's insurance costs, if they have to redo the floors because I'm a mess, because most people who rent don't take care of the house. So they're wanting to make sure that they charge enough so that when I hurt the place, that I'm paying enough over for them to fix everything that I broke. So I'm paying more to not own and not have equity. That doesn't make sense to me. And I keep hearing all of these people saying, it's petty, and you're not thinking rich, and it's a liability because it's not bringing you in money. And here's the thing that most people, I feel like, are not getting. I need a place to live. I need shelter and I need food. Those are guaranteed things that I'm going to need. I'm not going to go sleep outside. Right now, outside my window, there's about 2.5 feet of snow. I'm not going to go out there with a sleeping bag and just be like, my house is a liability. No, absolutely not. So I think for people who are billionaires, people who are multimillionaires, sure, maybe renting makes sense to them because it can be a write-off, because they're not attached to a place, and I get all of that. But the idea of taking care of what you have and making sure that you are not... So I need a place to live. I don't pay for that here. I don't. Now, I'm still on the grid partially, and I'm trying to take care of that so that I don't have other costs. And then I'm also growing food on my property. So again, I need to eat, but if my food costs are being taken care of by the land itself, that's no longer an issue. So you start to see where this happens. Yes, you're investing, but if you're making enough money to where you can have things being totally neutral, I no longer have supply chain issues. I no longer have, something shut down, or there's issues with food or quality. And, one of the bigger issues that people have right now in terms of their health is that corporations and GMOs and all of the nutrients that are being taken out of food So right now, all of my meat comes locally sourced. I have a guy who, organic, grass-fed, all the things cattle for my beef. I have a fisherman. There's a wharf that I go to where I get it right off the boat. I hunt, and I grow my own vegetables. So I'm also keeping money locally to my own economy. So the people that I'm giving the money to, the money stays with them. It doesn't go to another corporation or, gets filtered through whatever else. I'm not going through all the toxic crap through grocery stores and whatever. So my health is better. Just my outlook on life, it feels better than when you go to a store and you're always trying to buy stuff and you're always trying to consume more. And I feel like people have been so ingrained to be consumers. And one of the reasons why, because if you listen to anybody in terms of YouTube channels or whatever else, I know I'm on BitChute, but hear me out. One of the biggest reasons why I try and give a variety of content is I have not watched television, like what's fed to me, the news, any of that, since 2000. 2000, yeah. So for 23 years, I have not watched television. I don't know what's popular. I don't know what the popular shows are. I don't watch the news. I watch UFC, and I listen to my news online. I do my own research. So, it's really easy for me to not look at popular narratives and be like, this is what they're obviously trying to teach me and show me, and this is what they want me to believe. Let me look elsewhere. Let me see what the facts are. Let me see what the biggest critics of that movement or of that thought is. So, trying to bring what you need, like what information you need to grow, is what this channel is about. It's about trying to make people stronger. And I tried doing that years ago when I started the channel, and I made some bad decisions. I'm not going to get into the bad decisions. I'm not trying to muck throw and bring anybody down or talk crap. It's not my intention. But I made some bad decisions that were affecting me very negatively, spiritually and mentally and physically, because it always manifests physically. Like when you're going through problems and you're going through stress, it manifests physically. So, I think so often we are so afraid of losing things and so afraid of being alone that we just accept toxicness. And then when we're digesting toxicity, we have to regurgitate it. Like we have to. Because if you're getting crapped on and you're getting just crap thrown at you 24/7 all the time, you have to start spewing it back out because you can't ingest it. It's nothing healthy. Like, crap in, crap out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to create marketing, a sense of self, talk about the news, and really what I think you need to know. Again, that's subjective, and I'm not trying to get into that. And I like UFC, so I talk about it. That's generally what I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to get people out of a debt mindset. And just to give you another idea, there is something going on right now where, I'm not going to say why, but I need $2,000 extra than what I normally bring in about a month. I got about a month to make $2,000. That is daunting, because I have my own budget, and something came up where I need a large sum of money to pay something off for my own welfare and well-being and freedom. So right now, I'm not really eating. I have reserve food, but I can't, I literally cannot go to the store for probably the next 2 months. I cannot spend a dime. And I need to bring in more money. I need to, go out there and do that. And I'm so excited. This is, there's just, the idea of purging yourself is so exciting. You just start realizing all the crap that you didn't need that's owning you, And you're just like, oh, I get to get rid of this. Like, and as you're throwing things away and you're getting rid of things in your life that you're like, oh, why did I need this? Why did I ever need this for? Why on earth did I ever accept this as the normal part of my life? People need to stop being comfortable where they are and realize that society is sick. Right now, it is sick. And we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. Like the first thing you can do is build your own home, build your own castle, build your own infrastructure, build your own relationships so that you are strong enough that you don't have to do all the messed up things that the world's trying to ask you to do. And then you can protect maybe one or two other people. And eventually maybe you can motivate the people around you so that they feel the same way. And then they can do the same for their homes. And then maybe you help each other, maybe they can help you, and then maybe eventually you just start saving and building and all that goodness just starts moving forward. And it starts gaining momentum in your life and in all these things. So I'm not perfect. There's so many things I want to change right now. I literally just got such a wake-up call lately in terms of everything I was doing wrong, and I'm just so eager to fix it. Like, I'm just so happy because, you know, what's the alternative? Like, there's so many times where I think people around me want me to be better. Because, that's how they win the argument is that you're suffering. And they want to see you suffer. And I just, okay. The moment you realize that they do not have your best interests at heart, that it brings them a level of joy that you're as miserable as they are, and you're like, no, I don't need you to be miserable to make myself happy. I just need to be happy. I just need freedom to do what it is that I need to do for myself. And I'm just excited. Like, I know there's going to be a lot of hardships. I know there's going to be a lot of things that I don't want to do that I'm going to have to do. But I also know that the process of doing them is going to make me stronger. And that makes me happy.